Record-ology.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, today we are going to talk about my top 5 YouTube channels that I subscribe to as a viewer, as a fan, as a participant. Now, I love YouTube. I love it from the standpoint of being a content creator, and I like it from the standpoint of just laying there and watching it, or sitting there, walking there, whatever. But I just love it. There's so much out there. There's literally so much content out there that we as creators really have to vie for your time and energy. And you know what? There's just so many things to choose from. You pick any genre and there's, dozens, if not hundreds of channels dedicated to that. Each of those content creators competing to be the best in their genre. Now, for record collecting and vinyl, there is a group of phenomenal content creators. So I'm in league with some of the very best, and I appreciate the audience that we've garnered amongst this competition. I think that's fantastic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you my top 5. We're going to start with number 5 all the way down to number 1. These are going to be YouTube channels, my top 5 favorite, that are specific to vinyl, to records, to retro tech, similar to what we do kind of in this genre. However, I'm also going to give you some honorable mentions, and these honorable mentions are going to include all kinds of genres, because I watch, as you probably do as well, all kinds of stuff, not just record and vinyl. I like to learn and watch and be entertained by a lot of different things. So let's start with the top 5, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why each one of these channels deserves your subscription and why I like it personally. And then we're just going to do kind of a rapid fire on some of my other favorite channels. Now, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below what you think about these. If I'm crazy for not including some of the channels maybe I don't know about yet, but I know quite a few channels, some of which are quite popular, that are quite noticeably not on this list intentionally. Okay guys, let's go ahead and start the countdown. Number 5 is going to be my friend Amarg. Now, this guy has an amazing channel. Here are the 3 reasons why you need to subscribe. Number 1, he's going to have very unique content that you're not going to find anywhere else. He's going to have a lot of Seberg record content, a lot of cool lo-fi, really cool vibe stuff, and also his channel sets a tone that can't be matched by anybody else. This is the look and the feel and the sound of the show. I know he captures on vintage equipment, doesn't film on modern cameras all the time. He has those tools available, but a lot of times he's filming the show on VHS, which kind of adds to that vintage aesthetic. Now, we as content creators work really hard to give our channel an identifiable look, sound, and feel, so that when you're watching us, you don't have to rely on the little icon in the corner of the screen or our overt branding, but you can know, oh, this feels like a Amarg show, this feels like a Record-ology show, or whatever. So he does a fantastic job of capturing and presenting a very identifiable and fun vibe on his show. Coming in at number 4, we have VWestlife. Now, this channel blows my mind. It just goes to show you don't have to have fancy production quality in order to make a really great show that people want to watch. In fact, all of these people on my list I've been in contact with at some point in some form or fashion over the last few years, because I really admire them from the standpoint of content creators, in addition to just being a fan of their channel. And with VWestlife, I always tease him that he's got the ability to, film anything and have it become extremely popular and successful. And I think it was a couple months ago, he was doing a show about a VHS rewinder. He had like 30,000 views within an hour. I was like, this is amazing. He recently passed the 100,000 mark, very well deserved. So the reasons why you should follow his channel are, number 1, unique content. He comes up with stuff I didn't know existed, and it's so varied. He'll do a Barbie camera, and then he'll do a professional record player, and then he'll do, who knows what. So you got incredible variety. So definitely the variety and topics that he creates. Number 2, I love the fact that he just gets right into it. And really, he's been an inspiration in the idea of, not putting too much fluff in his show and really giving people content. Because like you, when I sit down to watch YouTube, I don't want to watch a full-blown television show. I go to Netflix for that, or go to Hulu or Disney Plus or whatever. I want to watch a video. I want to watch content. I want to get straight into it, and I don't want to. And I'm a skipper. I mean, you get double tap to skip. I guess it'd be over here for you guys, but you double tap to skip. I'm doing that all the time. Like, come on, let's get to the meat and potatoes of it. So his videos are very rich in their sense of content, where they really don't have a lot of fluff and you're just getting right into the heart of the matter. So I think that's really cool. Plus, I would say the third thing is he's very responsive and involved, and I think that's really, really cool. Number 3, the Victrola Guy. Now, I've talked about the Victrola Guy many times on my channel because he got me started in this. I was watching YouTube and watching him explain these fascinating, Edison home phonograph devices, and I'm like, man, that's cool. I just want to learn. And it was like sitting there with your uncle, standing in the room while he demonstrated these complex machines and explained, how they worked, and we'd try them out. Let's do this. And it's kind of like hanging out with Doc Brown from Back to the Future, I felt like. And if you were watching, no offense intended, I think it's fantastic. I love it to sit there and, see how these things work. And he's very inventive too. And he's really, really, really down to earth. And he is very much not wanting, his name is Benjamin. He's definitely not an elitist. I mean, he'll use oil funnels from Walmart for sound horns and stuff like that. I think that's really cool, and it's relatable. So why should you watch? Because of the demonstrative nature of the channel. Number two, because of the knowledge that you would gain from that channel. And number three, because he's extremely relatable. Now that being said, he's got two channels. He's got another channel called Ben's Trains, which is also fun to watch. But again, this top 5 list, I'm really focusing on the vinyl and tech specific channels, but both channels are highly recommended. You should check them out. Number 2, the 8-bit guy. Now we're getting up with the really big guys here, because these guys have a lot of followers. These are going to be YouTubers that spend a lot of time and energy, and in some cases money, on producing really highly produced content, but they do it in a way that's very feature rich and very beneficial to the viewer. They're not fluffy shows. They're not fluffy channels. So the 8-bit guy does everything from computers to sound stuff, gaming stuff. The variety is amazing. So that's the first thing, variety of content. Number 2, it's explained very, very well, and it's very approachable. You're not going to feel like an idiot if you don't know what a 3.5-inch floppy drive is, because he explains things very, very well. And number 3, I would say he, as a content creator, has a very good persona, a very good personality. And that's another secret to YouTube success, is we follow people that we think are fun and cool and interesting to hang out with, because YouTube is really personality driven. You're not going to watch a channel from some annoying guy. I mean, maybe you do. You're watching me, for goodness sakes. I mean, I'm an annoying guy. But seriously, you're not going to watch somebody you find completely annoying. You're going to find them interesting and their personality easy to take. That's a big part of it, you guys. So, 8-bit guy, fascinating content, great personality, and a very well-produced show. And coming in at number 1, at least on my list, is Techmoan. Matt does a fantastic smackdown, bang-up job, whatever you want to call it. It is top of the line, and he's got the audience to prove it. Most of you are already subscribed to him, as am I, and have been for years. He takes the time to produce a very slick show. So from a production value standpoint, it's second to none. But from a lot of standpoints, it's second to none. But he takes the time to do it right, to shoot it right. There was a video he posted a year or two ago, and it was primarily for his Patreon members, but I believe he posted it publicly as well, where you can actually see a behind the scenes on how he makes his show, and it's amazing the detail that goes into it. Now, coming from a television background myself, I can tell you that the general public has no idea, although more so now because we watch behind the scenes stuff. But generally speaking, people don't have any idea how much time and energy it takes to make the most mundane things happen on screen and on camera. And Matt takes the time to do it. Why do you invest that time and energy? Because it makes for a better product in the end. The second reason why his channel is impeccable and you can't miss it, you can't afford to miss it, is because of the variety of content. Again, he'll have stuff on there from record players to mini disc to 3-well tape decks, stuff that you didn't even know existed. The Tefifon, I mean, stuff that I think is just so mind-boggling. When I get over and get a chance to talk to my dad, usually we're sitting down and watching Techmoan videos, because I'm like, you got to check this out. You never knew this existed. It's production value. It is variety. And thirdly, again, it's personality. Matt is a fantastic communicator, and he is because you got to realize that creators have to do more than what they're doing on camera. Matt isn't just smart with technology and the history of things. He's a storyteller. He's got to be able to construct a story, have a story arc within each video, a beginning, a middle, and end. And he's got to have surprise turns. You got to come away from the video feeling like you have gotten more out of it than you expected. So not necessarily only doing what he sets out to do, but then some. So in addition to, reviewing the item, halfway through the video, maybe you find out, hey, we're gonna take it apart. You weren't even expecting that. And for me, that's like, awesome, let's settle in, let's watch this. So he definitely delivers consistently. And that, before I go on to the honorable mention list, that's a huge thing, it's consistency. And a couple of, budding YouTubers, and I'm no, grizzled expert by any means, but a couple of people who are just getting started have asked me, what would you recommend doing? And that's the number one thing, is consistency. So produce your show. Weekly is a good target. I do way more than that, which may be to my detriment, but at the same time, I want to have a lot of content out there. I want to have a lot of touch points with you, because this is a lifestyle show when it comes right down to it. This is a family, we talk, I hear from you, you have ideas, I have ideas, we have a conversation, more so than just a produced show. But you need to make sure that you're uploading regularly. That happens to be important not only for your viewers, but also for the YouTube algorithms, because YouTube has an algorithm, various algorithms that go out there and they try to figure out, okay, what are you doing in your shows? They know how much screen time you have with your face, if you're smiling, if you're frowning, if you're negative, if you're happy, what the energy is like, if you're locked on a static shot for 15 minutes, things of that nature. And then it's serving that content. It knows exactly who's watching, their age, their demographic, what device you're watching on, what time of day, what other channels you subscribe to. And when you see those suggested videos, a lot goes into that. So in order to get your stuff served out to audiences that haven't discovered you yet, you need to make sure that you're doing a number of things, including consistent quality, because you know what, guys, there's so much competition out there. I mean, we're talking hundreds of hours of content uploaded hourly on the YouTube platform. There's an insane amount of YouTube content out there. Okay, guys, enough of that. Let's talk about my honorable mentions quickly and why. Again, these are going to be mostly, other topics, but again, I watch a lot of other YouTube. Brave Wilderness. Check that out. The guy, gets up close and personal. If you like Crocodile Hunter, you'll like this. He gets up and personal with all kinds of animals. He allows himself to get stung by all different insects and things. Another channel is Good Mythical Morning. I love Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link. Guys, it's a variety show. It's funny. They'll do a lot of list shows, top 5s, top 10s, which is another thing the algorithm likes to see, by the way. But they'll do like top 5 grossest foods or top 10, best sodas, contests and things that you as an audience member can get involved in. So highly recommended. Next channel is Adam the Woo and the Daily Woo. So Adam the Woo is an amazing traveler. There's a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of theme park stuff, a lot of abandoned place kind of exploration, and that's a phenomenal channel. Great personality, absolutely fantastic personality. Edwin Sarkisian, if I'm saying that right, I may not be, but basically he shoots stuff. He's got a great on-screen personality and great chemistry with his assistant, and together they use various firearms and they blow stuff up, they shoot stuff, and I don't need to say more. It's a fantastic channel, highly recommended. Harold Balder. Now this channel is really cool because he explores all over the world and jumps into places that you wouldn't think about getting out of the car. I mean, crowded Indian street markets, different ghetto places, and does all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, he gets chased by the police, and it's urban exploring, but to another level. So I would highly recommend that guy. A great channel. Mobile Instinct is another one, mostly US based, but I found out about this guy because he went to the Hey Dude set from the 80s. I love that show. We've talked about that before, but he went to the Hey Dude set in Arizona and explored that. And again, finds a lot of cool and interesting history right here in the United States. A very cool channel. I would highly recommend you check those guys out too. Okay, Michael McIntyre, a British comic, very funny, for the most part pretty clean, and it's just some of the best humor. I don't watch a lot of stand-up, but this is the one that makes me laugh almost every single time. Okay, I have to put the Glenn Miller Orchestra official channel in here because I love the Glenn Miller Orchestra and they post a lot of content. They've been posting almost complete concerts recently too with the whole lock-in thing. So I'd highly recommend that. If you like big band music, if you like Glenn Miller, definitely check them out. A friend of Harold Balder is this other channel, and the channel's called Bald and Bankrupt. I don't know the guy's actual name, but sometimes they're together, sometimes not. But it's urban exploring again, all over the world, and just crazy stuff. Like, he took like a 15-hour train ride in an open train car across the Sahara Desert with, somebody, and they're in a tent it's just crazy stuff. check out the channel. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Extremely entertaining watching here. And then finally on my list is the A&E channel, specifically their live PD videos. Oh my gosh, I love watching the live PD. They're great for 5-6 minute views, and they also have some complete shows on there, but mostly they're like little clips and things and people getting pulled over. I don't know why, it's like Cops is what it is, and it's really fun to watch. Now, I actually, as you can imagine, have multiple YouTube accounts for various reasons, but I primarily use the Record-ology channel to subscribe to all of these other channels because I want to get the word out about us, and I want it to be kind of inclusive in terms of this whole operation of having a lifestyle channel. So you'll see me in the comments, certainly of all these channels, and then other ones as well that I'm not even bringing up here. You know, all family friendly and clean, of course, but you know, there are some very bizarre places on YouTube that we all end up. So keep an eye out on the comment section, guys. You'll probably see me. Now, my final parting request to you is 2 things. Tell me what channels you like to see, because I want to learn more. I want to hear what's out there. What am I missing? So let me know in the comments down below. But then secondly, would you do me a favor? I know that all of us watch a lot of YouTube. A lot of content is out there. What can you do to help this channel grow? Could you comment about and mention our channel? Can you tag our channel, especially on other vinyl channels and other tech channels? You know, if we've done a video about something they're talking about, you know, but I don't want you guys to spam them. I don't want you to do anything inappropriate. But at the same time, if it's appropriate, if you get the opportunity, you know, if you could mention us, that would be awesome. I would appreciate all of that kind of, you know, guerrilla warfare marketing we can do to kind of get the word out, because a lot of people come to me and they're like, wow, I never knew you existed. You know, why isn't this channel bigger? Well, I would agree with that. I would like it to get bigger, but you know, we've all got to work together to spread the word and whatnot. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for being there. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Hit subscribe, but we'll see you next time. Happy record hunting and happy record listening. Stay safe out there.